Hello viewers. This kind of cruelty should never happen to anyone else. It is not 1 or 2 days. For 44 days, in a very cruel way, this girl has been brutally killed after experiencing many pain. And that too, she was cheated with her belief. If you hear and imagine what I say, our body will feel the pain. I can't even imagine how that girl had felt. But definitely, all women want to know how to be safe, and all men must watch this to know how not to behave. For educational purpose, in today's video, we are going to talk about JUNKO FURUTA's case. It's Naveen. Come, let's move on to today's video. A 17-year-old JUNKO FURUTA was born in Misato, Japan on 22nd of November 1972. She was a high school student when this incident happened. Not only that, after finishing school, she worked in a part-time job. Everyone who knows JUNKO FURUTA liked her very much. She was a very popular girl in her school, a well-educated girl, a girl who treated others with respect, like her other classmates. She has no other bad habits like smoking, drinking, and drugs. A lot of people in school envied JUNKO FURUTA for this. In such a situation, on 25th of November 1988, the time is exactly 8:30 in the night. JUNKO FURUTA, after completing her part-time job, she took her bike and went to her house. Then, at a certain place, 4 boys who were standing there stopped JUNKO FURUTA's bike and pushed her bike down. Then they started creating problem to her. At the same time, another boy who was walking that way saw this and ran very fast towards them. Not only that, he started to fight with those 4 people. Then the boys ran away from there. Now he picked up the bike and gave it to JUNKO FURUTA. That's when JUNKO realizes that his guy is Hiroshi Miyano. This boy also went to the same school as JUNKO. So what that boy said is, "If you want, I will accompany you to your house and drop you there," he said. And JUNKO said okay to that. Both of them started walking by having a conversation. JUNKO began to calm down as Hiroshi accompanied her. Now what Hiroshi said is, "Before going home, my house is right next to here. I should take a book from there. After that we can leave," he said. JUNKO also said okay to that. But after that, JUNKO might not have imagined that something horrible is going to happen to her. The place where the boy took her is a warehouse where there is no human movement. Immediately after going there, that boy's behavior started to change totally. He pushed JUNKO into the warehouse and started to shout loudly at JUNKO, "I have connections with Yakuza. If you didn't do as I say, I will kill you by assigning them," he said. Yakuza is a terrible organized crime syndicates in Japan. It's a very big mafia group in Japan. There are no people who are not afraid of them. Actually, why Hiroshi is like this means his behavior was not good right from the elementary school. He was involved in small crimes like damaging the school properties, and in a particular stage, he joined Yakuza. After that, he started to do very violent crimes. He even raped a lot of girls in his school. But everyone is afraid of him because he is in Yakuza. So no one complained about him. That's how he had a crush on JUNKO from that school. He thought of getting JUNKO physically. For that, when he approached JUNKO, JUNKO rejected him politely by saying that she is not interested. Though JUNKO rejected him politely, Hiroshi felt ashamed. So from that, he had such hatred and wanted to take revenge somehow. Now he started to threaten JUNKO in the warehouse and started raping her in the warehouse. After that, he took her to the hotel and raped her 2 times. Time is exactly 3 in the morning. Now Hiroshi started to think about what to do with her next. He immediately called his 4 friends and started to say proudly that what he has done to JUNKO. One of his friends, who was very excited when he heard this, gave an idea that we can take her in our custody so that not only us, our friends also can rape her. Actually, he and his friends has always done these kind of things. They abduct a girl and rape her for several days and leave her after they are bought. The girls who are released from them will not complain to anyone because of the fear they have in Yakuza. At the same time, when they had JUNKO, they release a girl who was abducted and kept already. Now, everyone is meeting at a park outside the hotel. That's when JUNKO saw Hiroshi's friend, who was standing there. It's nobody else but the boys who made trouble when she was coming in her bike. Now, that's when Hiroshi made her to believe that he came there to help her from them. So totally, that's when JUNKO FURUTA came to know that it was their plan from the beginning. From one of the notebook in JUNKO's school bag, they took a note of JUNKO's house address. Look here, if you think of escaping from us, we are having your house address. Not only your parents and brother, I will kill everyone through Yakuza, threatened the boys. Now, they took her from the park to Minato's house, one of Hiroshi's friends. Minato's parents were also with them in that house, but this house is the hanging spot and base for this group. What Hiroshi planned is, suppose if Minato's parents doubted them, Hiroshi asked JUNKO to act like Minato's girlfriend. But when they went there, Minato's parents doesn't care anything. Even though they brought a girl and does something, they didn't even seem like caring. It is because they were afraid of their own son. Hiroshi's friendship, Hiroshi's connection with Yakuza started to create a fear that they may get into some troubles. So Minato's parents are getting frightened by them. When they came to know that they will not tell this to other parents, they stopped their actings and started to be free without any fear. At the same time, their daughter who finished school and went to a part-time job didn't return till now. So on November 27, JUNKO FURUTA's parents filed a complaint to the police that their daughter was missing. The police immediately began a massive search. As soon as they found out that such a search was going on, Hiroshi and his friends started to panic. Before the police tracked JUNKO and find out our house, they made an idea of doing something. According to that, they threatened and forced JUNKO to call JUNKO's parents. "Mom, I'm safe," and ran away from home. "I'm very happy with my friend. Don't search for me." Like that they made her to say. Not only that, she asked her mom to stop this police search immediately by saying that she is totally fine, and they stopped JUNKO's rescue mission by her itself. After saying more than 3 times, her mother thought that her daughter is happy, and the police search was stopped. Now for the next 44 days. At that time, she doesn't know that she is going to experience brutality that no one can never imagine. Now, no one is going to search for her, and they are not going to find and come for her. When Hiroshi and his friends came to know this, they threatened JUNKO FURUTA like a doll and did everything they could do. They started beating her brutally several times a day and started to rape her more than 20 times a day. In 44 days, she was raped more than 500 times. They tied JUNKO FURUTA's hand and left hanging in a room and started to beat and play like a punching bag and enjoying it. They made JUNKO FURUTA to lie on the floor and started to put the iron dumbbells from the top on every part of her body. They put a lot of times in her stomach and started to enjoy her pain. They burned her with cigarettes, lighters and candles many times. They enjoyed by making her to eat a live cockroach. They made her to drink her own urine and eat her own waste. One of them holded JUNKO's head to the floor and another one jumped on her head a lot of times. The blood poured all over the nose and became like a tumor. It made her difficult to breathe with her nose, so she breathed with the mouth. Not only that, apart from this, they sexually tortured her in every ways. They made Junko Furuta to be naked always, and they even made her to dance by masturbating in front of them. They shaved Junko Furuta's private parts with blade and inserted objects like iron rod, glass bottles, scissors in her private parts, and at the same time they also inserted it at the backside. And even they inserted fireworks and lighted it up. They plucked Junko Furuta's nipples. They inserted the wax in her eyes, which comes from the candles. After doing this for a week, they invited their friends and asked them to do whatever they want. She was raped by more than 100 times and hundreds of men. In that, some girls also tortured her without even thinking that she is also a girl. They scratched her face with a glass piece. Among them, two members named Tatsuyo and Kai felt pity on her situation and stood without beating her. But due to Hiroshi's order, they also beat her. After returning home, one of them burst out and shared everything with his brother. Immediately, that brother complained to the police that a girl was tortured and raped along with the address. And the police also went to the address immediately and checked there. What happened after that? What happened to Junko Furuta? Lot of horrible details. We'll see in the second part of the video. What's your opinion? Comment it down. I'll meet you all in another part of the video. Thank you. Bye.